Welcome to another unscripted Rad Reviews where I review whatever I feel like, and it feels so good to say that. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about what I think are definitely some of the best headphones you can buy. Of course, that kind of thing depends a little bit on your criteria, your tastes, and a little bit of everyone's built a little bit differently. Some things are just going to fit you a little more comfortably than other things. That's just a fact of life. These, let me grab them, are the Sennheiser PXC 550s. Not the most memorable name, typical of nice headphones to name themselves something, I don't know, kind of nerdy or dorky. Maybe that goes into the marketing. This is so easily one of the best Bluetooth noise canceling headphones that you can buy that are over ear, which means it goes over your ear, not on or inside your ear. And on top of that, you can actually plug these in if you want to. And this is definitely one of the best wireless headphones that you can also plug in, because the plug-in cable actually allows you to run these headphones when they're dead, but you can still use it as a headset because the headphone is built with a plug-in auxiliary cord that has a built-in microphone. And sometimes I just want to conserve a little battery or maybe get the best absolute possible sound quality, and I'm more than happy to use the wire that is included. But wireless or not, I think this is easily one of the best headphones you can buy. I bought this when this thing was about $300 a few years ago, and now it has dropped to about $200 because it's been out for a little while. But consider this, headphones aren't necessarily one of those products that you have to get a new one every couple of years, like a cell phone. Obviously the cell phones is it's such a software dependent thing, when you get a cell phone, but headphones are basically just like speakers on your ears. Technologically and hardware wise, software wise, they're pretty basic stuff. I think the biggest, most significant improvements for headphones over time, is the fact that they have wireless headphones now, and the fact that wireless headphones are getting better. And then some technology to complement that is the noise canceling technology. So all those advancements that I'm talking about, this headphone sets a bar. Several months ago, I would have given the noise canceling #1 spot to this pair of Sony headphones. And then as soon as those came out and took that name over Bose released another set of headphones with even more powerful noise canceling. And it's kind of gotten to the point where we don't really need anything stronger than that. It is just uncomfortable for people. Even me, I'm very comfortable with powerful noise canceling, but that is just kind of excessive, honestly. It feels like there's pressure in your ears. But if the Bose headphones are a 10 out of 10, because that is kind of the gold standard. They, I think, invented the technology, so no surprise there. I'd give the Sonys a 9, and I'd give these an 8. I'd give these a solid 8. Now, if you aren't already sold on noise canceling headphones, I highly recommend them, because instead of turning your speakers up or your headphones up to compete with the outside noise, how about just turning the outside noise down a little bit? Because that's way better for your ears. And if you're not taking good care of your ears, what are you doing? What are you doing looking at expensive headphones if you're not taking good care of your ears? Alright, so noise canceling, active noise canceling specifically, okay? I don't want to get into that too much with this video, but it has to be active noise canceling. Passive noise canceling is just a bunch of marketing BS. Standard noise canceling doesn't necessarily adapt to the environment. So if you're going to get a pair of noise canceling headphones, that is the technology you want to keep an eye out for. Active noise canceling, adaptive noise canceling, ANC, you're going to see variations of that. That's what you're going to want to buy. Now let's talk about sound quality. So the reason Bose and Beats, I'm just going to kind of use them as a reference point because they're so popular and well known. Beats don't sound very good. They're very exaggerated in the bass frequencies to the point where the headphone even starts to distort, which is just ridiculous. And a lot of the other qualities of a song are completely lost. And I think it's really lame that they exaggerate the only frequency of the song that is so low that it kind of has a physical property, it's actually pushing, and that's cool to feel in your headphones and in your subwoofers and stuff, but it's so excessive with the Beats, and I promise that it's completely unnecessary, even for kind of a bass head like me. It's just too much. I think I'm getting a cold. Anyway, the video must continue before I get a cold. So I've kind of explained how I feel about the Beats. The Bose, definitely more reasonable sound, but still really exaggerated in certain ways. If you want the best noise canceling, comfortable headphone, I don't know, give Bose a shot. But if you want the best sound quality, you gotta look elsewhere. And this is one of those headphones that offers that in a very comfortable package that has awesome noise canceling. Now, on top of the already default amazing sound quality, the reason that this headphone, I'm gonna have to put it a notch above those Sonys that I mentioned, is because the software that it comes with is so good at adapting the sound that you're looking for. If you want more bass, or you want more treble, or basically, all the basic equalizer adjustments that you can make in a sound app, the one that's actually designed to work with these headphones specifically is done so well. So it's not just that the software is good, it's that the hardware is developed to work specifically with that software. software. Now, I've messed around with a lot of EQs in some of the music playing apps and stuff, and the way that they boost frequencies in those apps, it doesn't work quite right. Like, it'll actually push a frequency beyond what your headphones are capable of handling. There's a certain limit to how loud something can be on like a digital track. So say that this is like the amount of space, like this is as loud as the kick drum is allowed to be, right? Because you can't just have something be infinitely loud. There has to be a limit on how loud something can be. So there's like a digitally standardized volume limit. To my ears, which are relatively trained, it's very obvious when that kind of thing is happening. And I just want to say that these headphones do an excellent job of boosting frequencies without you ever knowing the difference, like in terms of the way it's affecting sound quality. So yeah, I'm going to show you that app a little bit just so you can see it, but that's definitely like the other half of why this headphone is so good. In other words, it has a very versatile sound. Like, you can really adjust these headphones to sound kind of like Beats. Like, if you want what Beats offers you, but in a more intelligent package that actually does offer that level of bass, but in a way that just sounds so much better, so much cleaner, tighter, not so compromising on the other frequencies within the song that you're trying to enjoy. Like, these Sennheisers do such a good job of that. So, I mean, people that are looking for what Beats offers you in terms of the sound quality and stuff, I think you can totally find that in these PXC 550s and then some. So that's why I am so all about these headphones. And not to mention, they're more comfortable, they're more affordable, and the noise cancellation technology is just better. So I guess we can talk about the design a little bit. So you got like a nice matte finish with some aluminum looking accents here, right? So it's a pretty, I don't know, kind of a sleek, casual business looking headphone. Like, in terms of styling, I think it's kind of going for a similar demographic to what Bose might be or something. So Sennheiser is a German company, and German companies are kind of stereotyped as being like very precision oriented and whatnot, and I would say that that's very true for Sennheiser. In the audiophile industry, audiophile just being like people who are kind of, you know, really obsessed with how good something sounds. Those could be like recording engineers and musicians, or just people who really want like the best sound quality out of their music listening experience and stuff. So those are like audiophiles. That company mostly makes like a lot of professional music gear. Like, they're really well known for their microphones. They also make amazing headphones, both for the professional side and for the music listening side. And this is just such a beautiful blend of both worlds. I really just can't stress that enough. But yeah, take good care of these guys and they should last you a long time. The fit kind of molds to your head a little bit over time also. I noticed initially it felt a little bit stiffer, a little bit tighter on my head, but it just kind of loosens up. It just kind of loosens up to the shape of your head, and it starts to fit so naturally, kind of like a glove. So that's cool. It actually has a lot of metal parts too, so if you really want to, you can kind of speed up the break-in time just by kind of opening it up a little bit, because metal is a more malleable, flexible material than a plastic is, right? Plastic is known to crack or shatter. So as careful as you should be, you can bend these just a little bit. You can open them up and it's all good. Battery life is just ridiculously good. It's like 30 plus hours long. I don't know, is there like more good stuff that I have to say about these headphones? I mean, yes, but like at this point, it's a lot of stuff that headphones in this price range and with this technology already offer. One thing that this offers that a lot of headphones actually don't is the ability to adjust how strong the active noise canceling is. You can go into your app from 0 to 100% in increments of 10%. You can actually scroll how strong you want it to be. And there's also a setting here where it kind of auto adjusts for you. I always just have it on full blast if I'm going to have it on at all though. If you're trying to change songs, you know, the right side of the ear cup just works like a standard touchscreen. You swipe forward, it goes forward, you swipe back, it goes back. If you hold it down, it'll call up some of your smartphone features like Google Assistant or something if you're an Android person. I am, etc. Volume up, volume down. You get the picture, right? That's pretty straightforward stuff. If you double tap, which is an interesting feature, depending on if you're playing music or not, it will either tell you what the battery life is, or it'll turn the noise canceling mics into a microphone that'll actually pick up outside noise. So you can be wearing your headphones and turn the volume of your environment up or down. So there's various things that you could do with that, I guess. You could just hear things better. You could act like you're listening to music but actually hear everything. I don't know, but why not? It's kind of a nice feature to have. And the call quality on this thing is so good. There's so many headphones out there, and actually the Sonys are one of those examples of noise canceling headphones, right? So a lot of them will actually use the noise canceling microphones to kind of be a regular microphone and use as a headset, and then what it does is it just picks up so much outside noise while you're having a phone call, and while the other person might be able to hear you fine, it brings all that noise into your ears, right? So those Sony headphones, I remember one time I was walking from Target with like a bag of potato chips or something like that, and just walking to my car, I was on the phone with my friend, and it literally just like, it took the noise of like a crumpling potato chip bag, right? Nothing excessive. I'm just walking holding a potato chip bag. Naturally, it's gonna do its thing, right? But it just brought that sound right into my ear, and it just sounded like this potato chip bag is just crunching right inside my ear. And that's when I was just like, dude, I can't have a phone call with these headphones. As much as I like them, I can't do it. Those Sonys were really great in just about every single way. I actually like them very similarly to this one, but yeah, while the noise canceling is a little better on that headphone, the versatility of the sound isn't that good, but it already sounds so good anyway, kind of like right where I want it to. But yeah, I just can't use it as a headset, so that's kind of a deal breaker. And so for how much more better it is in those very particular ways, it's just drastically useless in terms of a phone call. So also a little bit more expensive. I was willing to buy the headphone, no problem, if I liked it better, but like, that was just kind of a deal breaker for me. So honestly, I've had these guys for a few years. I've been waiting for a headphone to like come into the picture and, you know, basically convert me, but no headphones done that so far. And I've checked out all of the ones that you would if you're looking for a active noise canceling Bluetooth over-ear headphone in that price range. I have tried them. And the most recent pair that I've tried actually is this pair of Bayer Dynamics. Not a fan. Customer support's kind of just yeah. I almost actually did a comparison review of those headphones to this one, and then I realized I'm pretty much just using this headphone to explain how much better it is than these headphones, and I just ultimately decided not to do that. But yeah, decided I would mention that I did try those headphones, and they definitely didn't make the cut. Not bad, but like really overpriced for what they're giving you. So I've talked a lot about things that I love about this headphone. Let's talk about a couple things that I actually don't like. Nothing's perfect. This definitely has a couple of imperfections. So first thing that comes to my mind is when the battery gets low, like in the 20% or so, and like I said, so I don't want to do the math right here, 20% of like 30 hours, and I'm not sure it's exactly at 20% when the headphones start doing this, but they remind you that the battery is low, okay? And it'll start doing that at a point in the headphone's battery life where it still has several hours, you know what I mean? It's way too soon to tell me, battery low, charge your headphones, or whatever this thing says. The accent is kind of like that, it's some female's voice. But yeah, just to have that coming into your ears like every 5 or 10 minutes when you're listening to music and you know damn well you got another few hours, like why are you bugging me right now? Just let me enjoy my music, you know? So that's definitely one thing that I would prefer to be a little bit different, but whatever, it's not a big deal. The second thing, actually, maybe the only other thing is like, when you turn these headphones on, the way to do that actually is to turn the ear cups in. And sometimes that's really nice. It's like really grab and go. But I kind of wish that I could just kind of wear them around my neck like this and they wouldn't be on. Because there's really no way to have them around your neck like this and them not be on. You have to turn them down like this, and then the sides of the ear cups, the plastic end and everything are kind of jamming into your neck a little bit. It's not so bad. I don't know, maybe you can kind of like forget about it, but yeah, I just wish that they had a button where you could turn it on and off. But there's times where I appreciate this open and close on off thing, but there's also times where I kind of just wish it was like a normal headphone in other regards. It also just seems like a more delicate way to turn your headphones off and on. I don't know. Other than that though, I feel like I'm really splitting hairs to try to find something to say could be better about these headphones. Okay, so like one more thing, actually two more small things, is that the volume doesn't quite get like excessively loud. So the volume gets plenty loud. If you're listening to any professionally recorded, mixed, mastered music, you know, anything you'd find on a standard major release record label or the radio or whatever, it's going to be plenty loud. But if you're listening to something that was recorded a little bit more on the quiet side and you're in a really loud environment or something like that where the active noise cancellation just can only do so much, it might be a struggle to turn your headphones up loud enough. Or if you're like on a phone call and for some reason you just can't really hear the other person too well, it can be a little tough to turn your headphones up loud enough. But these are such circumstantial situations, not really a problem for me that I run into personally, but it's kind of crossed my mind a couple times. It's been enough of a noticeable thing for it to cross my mind, but ultimately not be an issue. Now the other thing, and this is not an issue for me, is that the ear cups for some people are a little bit on the small side. So you're gonna have to see for yourself. If you're really on the big eared side of the spectrum, maybe these will be a little bit small for you, I don't know, but for me they fit so nicely, very snug, very like perfect secure fit. I really enjoy the size of these headphones. I've had headphones with bigger ear cups and they're fine, but I guess if these did go a bit smaller, they might be too small for me. So These headphones cut it a little bit close with how small they are, but they're designed pretty ergonomically. You can see it has kind of like an egg shape to it. You're just gonna have to try for yourself. If it's too small, you can return it on Amazon or whatever. I think they also have these at Best Buy. I'll leave a link for you. Real quick before I wrap up this review, I guess I can show you the box that it came in. I still have it. It's a little bit dusty. I just kept it on a shelf for a while, but here it is, the PXC 550 by Sennheiser. This company also does a headphone called, like, I don't know what it is. They do another Bluetooth noise canceling headphone. It was called the Momentum, I think, but then they had to cancel that because they couldn't patent that name correctly or something like that. Whatever it's called now, that headphone's not as good. It has these little socket pivoting things to adjust to the shape of your head a little bit. Like every headphone kind of pivots or swivels to fit your head more, and that design just doesn't work very well. The sockets are kind of sticky, so anytime you move your head or maybe you're eating food, like, the headphones just don't sit on your head right. And on top of that, the sound quality, the noise cancellation, etc., they're just, I don't know, it's not quite up there. And I think it's also a more expensive headphone, and I just don't know why. But it does have kind of a cool retro look going for it, so I don't know. You can check those out if you want, but I still think the PXC 550 is a better headphone, regardless of the fact that they're cheaper. So it does come with a little carrying case. It's a nice little pouch to put them in. It's kind of like a soft shell thing, like there's some rigidity to it, like a piece of cardboard. Underneath this nice cloth and a zipper, the headphones fold up. You put them inside. It has a little carrying pouch inside, some kind of mesh spandexy pouch. These are the cables, or the auxiliary cable that I was talking about. So on one end it's actually a 2.5 millimeter, and on the other it's a 3.5, which is your standard MP3 size here. This is like headset size, so if you want to buy a replacement cable, you just got to be sure that you find that. There's plenty out there. It's not going to be very difficult if you're shopping on Amazon or whatever. And it's got this little L-shaped MP3 cord, which is probably better for some circumstances. I know a lot of people prefer that. I don't really care too much, but maybe that takes up a little bit less space. So yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Anyway, there's not really too much else to say. I just think that this is a really nice headphone. If you're in the market and you're trying to spend that much money, or you know, you were expecting to spend more, check these guys out. They're such a nice headphone. And for pretty much anyone that I've shown them to, it sets the bar for them. Anytime that they've tried anything, even other really nice headphones, I'm like, yo, check these out, listen to this song. They're pretty blown away by the sound quality. Fun fact, the PXC 552 is coming out, the sequel to these headphones. I'm not exactly sure when they'll be released, but I imagine the price of these might drop even more. So that might be something to wait for, do a little research on. If I find out more, I'll try to put some info in the video somewhere in the description or something like that. But also in the description, I will have links to some of the stuff I'm using, to these headphones, etc. If you use that link to go to Amazon, that actually helps me out, as long as you click that link, and you don't have to buy the product that the link brings you to. But if you do have stuff in your cart, or you put stuff in your cart, as long as my link brought you to Amazon and you finish checking out from that link, whatever you get, again, it doesn't have to be what I linked you to, I get a small royalty from that. So that's something to think about if you want to help me out. You can also subscribe, you can like, you can share, comment, say hi. I do reply to the comments as much as I can. And yeah, I just really appreciate you watching this video. I hope that my insight was helpful for you in terms of finding headphones. If you have any questions about things of that nature, feel free to ask. I will give you my thoughts and my experience. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.